In this video, we're going to do a quick review of the factoring technique that you can use with polynomials called difference of squares. So say you were given a polynomial in this general form, a squared minus b squared. We first want to recognize that this is the technique to use, and you do that simply by seeing that your first term is something squared, your second term is something squared, you just will have those two terms, and you're taking the difference between those, so you'll see that minus sign. Once you see this and you recognize you're doing difference of squares, you just have to recall the template for it. And so this video here is just exemplifying the technique and the template to use, and later videos will focus on examples where you are doing it for a more specific example. So you'll factor it into two binomials, so go ahead and set up those parentheses with enough space for two terms. And all you'll do is place your first term, a, and a. So basically you're taking the square root of whatever your first term is and putting that as the first term for each binomial. You'll take the square root of the second term, or your b squared term in this case. So that's b. You'll put it here and here. Those will be the second two terms. And of course now we have to put a plus or a minus sign between them. So your first binomial will just be a plus b. Your second binomial will be a minus b. So use this template for all examples where you have a difference of two squares. Now, if you're curious, here's why this works. To test it or to prove it, all you need to do is multiply these two binomials. So recall that acronym FOIL. Multiply those first two terms. So a times a is a squared. Your O in FOIL is your outside two terms. So you have an a times a negative b, so that's minus ab. The I in FOIL stands for multiply your two inner terms, so b times a, so that's plus ab. And then the L tells us to multiply our last two terms, so b times negative b is minus b squared. And you'll see that your inner two terms in this new polynomial, negative ab and positive ab, cancel to zero. And so we've proved that we have the correct factored form. We get back our original polynomial, a squared minus b squared. So that's just proof that this template works. What you really want to know is you recognize a difference of two squares, use the template in purple, and that will get it factored correctly every single time.